Hermes Avalon blankets. Okay, what's another crystal? I'm not gonna say that. She's girl bossing. She's girl bossing, okay? We're gonna try something new here today because it has come to my attention that money cannot buy style and it cannot buy taste. This isn't anything new that I've learned, but I thought it would be fun to really explore this because it seems that the more money you have, the tackier things become and the more expensive things are. And some of these price points of items are so well above and beyond anything that would ever be considered reasonable. People around the world are starving and you're spending upwards of $100,000 on one little tiny piece for your home. I mean, once again, taste is subjective, but here we are. That being said, everyone has their own taste and style, and it has always been individualistic to exactly the amount of income. And for some people, it's a completely different tax bracket. And it is so out of touch to make the rest of us envious. This is my list of interior design items, decor, and details in homes that are usually so expensive that only the elite can afford. And honestly, it makes your home look worse. Like when I see some of these things, I immediately think that you are permanently trying to show this off, and I'm automatically disinterested in everything else that I'm seeing on this tour. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not met me before, my name is Phoenix Gray, aka Design Daddy, and this channel is all about interior design, whether you're renting or own, I'm here to help. A great designer will always consider the function as well as the aesthetic, regardless of what tax bracket you're in, so make sure you consider that if you're ever hiring a designer or if you're ever looking for one. You can also join my free interior design newsletter in the description box below, where I answer all of the most commonly asked interior design questions. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mr. Phoenix Gray, where you can see all my daily tips and tricks. Once again, I always have to include this, but this is a quick disclaimer that this is just my professional opinion, and it is just that. My thoughts and comments on any items like this are not to be taken to heart. If you happen to have any of these items in your home or love them, then by all means, enjoy them. At the end of the day, this is your own space, and I want you to do what you love. I have no power over any decisions that you make, but let's be real. You're here watching me, so it's gotta have some take on it, so it counts for something. We're starting this off strong with one of the most loved and hated interior design decor items that has so widely been known, and it is the Hermes Avalon blanket. You know, the one with the H's that is in every interior design magazine. It has been styled on couches of the stars for who knows how long. I've also seen it styled on baby cribs, which is wild to me because these blankets usually start at least, for the bare minimum for the tiny one, $2,500 and go up to $8,000. Once again, this has been one of those items that has been so overhyped and overused that it really lost its charm and character. Some people see it as timeless. I get the appeal of it because there are some styles of it, and the colors that they do are really beautiful. The fact that they are 100% cashmere or 100% wool, I have tested these out and I think they are beautiful. At the same time, it is not for everyone because they are so out of most people's reach. Kaws sculptures. This is going to be another controversial one. You've probably seen my other video where I briefly mentioned these, but this hypebeast style around this art, it is literally a Lego plastic doll with a printed art screen on it. You aren't even buying the original piece. The most expensive piece of this Kaws sculpture phenomenon literally sold for almost $15 million. Are you kidding me? $15 million for one of these things? This picture that I'm gonna put up right now shows you Drake's home. He has a huge collection of these in his house. And let me tell you, it really does nothing for your space. It looks like a giant Lego doll. Like, this is the straight man's equivalent of the live, laugh, love sign, and it is not doing anything for your space. It does not look artistic. I'm sorry, you spent so much money on this, and it really doesn't add any style, aesthetic, or taste to your overall design in your home. Another hot take is going to be the full marble slab look in your bathroom or even anywhere in your home. I get it, marble is unbelievably beautiful. As I've said time and time again, it is nature's art and can work so well with an array of interior design styles depending on your preference. But if you're committing to an entire room, it is giving Russian mob. It is not as luxurious as you think it is, and having all these reflective surfaces gives you a headache. It looks so over the top and overdone that it now looks cheap. Once you put so much money into that and it ends up looking cheap, you know you're going in the wrong direction. I feel like I'm gonna get hate on this one because I'm bringing up Drake a lot, but this is the perfect example. This is Drake's home. In his interview, he literally said, "I want to see my reflection on every surface in my house." If that is not the line from a narcissist, I do not know what is. The cost per slab on these, on top of the fabrication, you are looking at thousands, tens of thousands of dollars just for one room, just to have that marble slab look. And like I said, if you're doing that reflective surface and you have it polished, oh, Lord help me, because it looks bad. It does not look as expensive as you want it to. Marble is one of those things where less is more. It is meant to be the impact feature, and if you turn your entire room into the impact feature, it's not it. Next on the list is giant crystal sculptures. Now I get it, this is going to be very niche because it is very specific to individuals that like crystals and can appreciate them. First of all, these giant ones that people are putting in their homes are over the top expensive. Like they start at $20,000 and go up from there. Most of the time, these are just styled in like a random corner and they're on this beautiful pedestal. I get it, they can be appreciated, but when I see any of these, I immediately think that belongs in a museum. Like that's the only time I've ever seen these giant crystals, and it's also been the only time I can ever appreciate them. If you have a giant amethyst, I'm telling you straight off the bat, this is not going to remove that bad juju from your home. You need to change up your life. Crystals are not going to help you no matter how long they are charged underneath the moon. You need to get your life together. This crystal is not going to fix that no matter the size. Another jail defense is going to be the designer logo pillows. This is a moment of silence I'm going to give you because if you've made it this far in the video and you have one of these, this is also a lifetime jail sentence.
Right to jail, right away.
Nothing says tacky like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all over your living room. I get it, if you have the bags, you can appreciate them, that's a whole different ball game. But if you have a whole stack of pillows that say Gucci and Chanel like these ones, it does not make your space look luxurious. It does not make it look high end. And these pillows start at like $1,000. If you were spending $1,000 upwards on a pillow, you need to reevaluate your life. You need to donate some of that money to me because we are needy. You need to donate that money to other people because we need it more than you do if that's what you're spending your money on. If you have these, you are what Canadians call a goof because, oh Lord, nothing says the House of Chanel like giant CCs on a pillow that you spent so much money on. I have also seen these designer pillows like duped for like $15 on Etsy. This isn't even worth $15. You would not pay me to have these pillows in my home. I'm sorry. While we're on the topic of designers, we're gonna go right into plate collections because Hermes, as well as Dior and some of those high luxury end fashion houses have beautiful, stunning plateware. I will give them that because they can be absolutely stunning. The way that they are styled and designed are really beautiful. If you see in my last video where I review Gwyneth Paltrow's house, in her kitchen, in the little dining room, she has that full set of blue styled plates. Those are all Hermes. That entire wall is probably worth $30,000 just in plates. And the one thing that concerns me the most is that she lives in California. You are earthquake prone to these damages. Those better be mounted to those walls and there better be some seal holding them in place because if those fall, she'll be making an insurance claim, let's just say that. The other thing about a lot of these plates is that the people that are spending money on them, they are not actually using them for everyday wear. These are literally just for display. They'll have a beautiful china cabinet that displays them and it is giving traditional grandmother that has like those crystal plates that are literally displayed. They're like, oh, we only take these out for the good dinners. When is the good dinner? I've never seen them used in my entire life. I guess I've never been invited to these good dinners because I've never seen them used. So I guess that's on me. Now I definitely won't be invited after they've seen this video of me trashing them. This is also a very hyper niche and hyper specific style, but it is the cars on display in your home. I honestly don't get it because these pictures are driving me crazy. They will have this beautiful styled living room and there is literally a platform display with a Bugatti. This is huge in Dubai. I have seen news articles of multi-billionaires crane lifting one of their most expensive cars, prized possessions into their penthouse that is 95,000 floors in the sky. It doesn't make sense to me. I get it, these are collector items, but I'm like, if you're spending upwards of $250,000 to $500,000 on one of these cars and it's just sitting there on display, it's really not getting the enjoyment that you should out of one of these items. And if I'm being really real about this, which I am, it looks like absolute garbage on display in your living room, if you have it mounted on the wall, if you have it in a glass box. Once again, it's one of those items you're spending so much money on, you're not actually appreciating it. We've all seen those Fast and Furious movies where they're like driving from one place out of one room into the next one, buildings across. Like that's literally all I'm imagining when I see these cars in people's homes. Vin Diesel is gonna come for me. He's gonna come from the horn and be like, family, family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Well, next on the list is pretty tame, but it is the overuse of LED strips. And I'm talking about LED strips on your ceiling, on your floor, on your wall, going every which way and direction and angle as possible. LED, especially the RGB ones, are designed to give you a warm ambient glow that is an accent light. A lot of these new modern and contemporary homes are overusing these LED strip lights and having them everywhere, in the walls, in the floor, in the shelving, in the pantry, in the actual millwork. It is so overused and overdone that it really starts coming off as tacky and it looks like you're in a commercial setting. It doesn't give you that same warm ambient glow that you would want that is more neutral and more intimate in your residential homes. I will give you props though, if this is a party home and you have the RGB ones that are going to change color custom, then it can be a pretty wild party house. But at the end of the day, you're living there every single day. You're not going to be having them operating on chasing colors throughout the entire house. It's just not doing it for me and it's not doing it for the overall design. And these are expensive to be installed, especially in a new build. This next one I know I'm going to get some hate on because every single person that probably lives in Miami is going to come for my blood. But it is Versace. Versace in general, not Versace, Versace home. Their entire home collection is so tacky and so expensive. Like it's so problematically loud in general. The style, I mean, I have a Versace shirt and a pair of pants. I will give it that. I'll own it, but I am not going to bring that same motif and the Medusa head into my home, in the bar, in the pillows, in the rug, in the sofa, in the accent chair. These images are literally Versace home and it is an absolute nightmare to me. It is like an overstimulated Miami club district that is gone so overboard on drugs that it just doesn't do it for me. Like, ugh, and they're so expensive. You do not need to spend upwards of $30,000 on a bar just because it's made by Versace. Versace.
Just down from Versace.
Versace.
Oh, right. Versace.
Versace, like this entire style of Versace really pigeonholes you into such a hyper specific look for your home and who it says about yourself as a person. And it's very like new money. It's not future proof. It is so trendy looking and you're gonna be so sick of it. Fully jetted showers. This is something for the ultra rich. Trust me, these look absolutely beautiful. And if I had the money or the water pressure to have one of these, I 100% would want one of them. But these require a whole extra set of plumbing that you need to have the highest water pressure imaginable to even get use out of these. They are super high end, and let me just say that you need to have a completely waterproof showered room. This is giving like a Final Destination moment where you are in your shower, you have the jets coming on from every angle, they are rotating around you, you have the shower heads, and you get locked in. It just floods, and you drown in your shower with one of these. Final Destination, you can cite me on this one and you can give me credit in the next movie. I personally love these, but once again, it is a matter of taste and your tax bracket. But they are the custom carved marble tubs. They are absolutely stunning. It is literally a brick of marble that you have carved to specifics for your home. The major issue with these is that you need additional structural support in your home just to have one of them. That's your first problem. The second problem is marble is extremely porous and the heat retention of it is not very strong. So while you're in that tub and you have hot water, it's going to get cold way faster because the water displacement is actually going to heat up the tub itself more than you, and the water is going to end up being cold. These also weigh like 5,000 pounds plus. Not only are you paying for the entire marble slab to be laser cut and CNC, you are also paying for a crane to just bring it into your home. It's not just like one of those easy tub installs. There's an entire team committed to one of these. The D&G appliance collaboration that they did with Smeg. First of all, Smeg is already a problematic name to begin with, and D&G themselves are problematic for being homophobic, racist, and whatever. If you don't know the whole backstory behind D&G, I'm not going to educate you on this because that's a whole other topic. Please just Google them and you can see how problematic they actually are. I love Smeg as a company. I think they did a really incredible job on creating this kind of like hyper future realistic, but also like nostalgic appliance thing, which is super unique and fun. Their price points are a little bit more high end, but regardless, this line specifically is so over the top. Their fridges and stoves start at, I think they were like $25,000 to $45,000 for this hand-painted style, which only goes with your style of your home or your kitchen if you're living on the Amalfi Coast. Like, this is the only specific area that I would ever think one of these look good. Otherwise, they're really busy. There's a lot of detail to them and it doesn't do anything for your space. This is one of those overhyped, super expensive collaborations that is not worth it in my opinion. Last on the list is another controversial topic, but it is monogrammed everything. I get it. Monogramming certain things can be really fun. They are a great gift, by the way. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for someone, get them a monogrammed hand towel set or bath set because it is so great. They look really chic. But there is something about that super rich consumer that just wants to monogram everything. They do it on their doors. They're doing it on tiles. They're doing it on bath mats. They're doing it on their towels. They're doing it on their suits. They're doing it on their socks. They're doing it on their beds. Once you get to the point of just putting your name on everything, it literally reminds me of grade school where you would write your name on shit so then no one would steal it. Like, this is giving that same energy. The elite truly have some interesting taste when it comes to interiors, and most of the time, it is not so great if I'm being honest. I would love to have these first world problems where I have a nobody like me criticizing their wealth and taste. 100% I will get there one day. I mean, maybe that's the goal, but you know, I'm just gonna manifest it. I could do a castle tour on YouTube and then you can call me out if I ever make it there. Sounds good? Deal. But in all honesty, remember, your home is a reflection of you and who you are as a person and what you love and really what makes you happy. So if an entire home of Versace attire is your vibe, then please go off and live that fantasy. Just be prepared that if you do share it online, it is going to get criticized from me and probably everyone else looking at it. And that's all for today. But if you know of some of these rich people decor items that they may have missed, please comment it in the box below. And I will have to make a part 2 for this because trust me, there are a few that I missed that need to be added. As always, thank you for watching. I'm always here for a good time and a good laugh because let's be real, life is too serious and we need to have some fun with these videos sometimes. So So be sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mr. Phoenix Gray for all my daily design advice. And if you're ever second guessing yourself, just ask, what would Design Daddy do? Boom.